So I just got done working out. I got on my little workout gear and I need to shower, but while I was working out, my mind did so many different progressive things in terms of creative development. If anyone can confront reality, it's a truth teller. And in all truth, there is no excuse for a creative to cry unemployed in this day and age. You don't even need a production team on your side. You don't need an agent anymore. The process by which one gains public exposure for whatever they are convinced, but whatever they are convinced their gift, talent, or mission is, on whatever plane, if you exist and are physically functional, there's no excuse for you not to be where you want to be. So I knocked back a shot of liquor and I'm on a mission to execute said plan. You don't need a crew. Produce yourself. Produce yourself. Because in this day and age of technology and personal control over your own exposure, if you are not where you want it to be, then you need to be accountable. No, take responsibility. Take responsibility. And once you've decided to take responsibility, from that point on, be accountable. Because everybody wants to be a big entrepreneur. As if you don't have to answer to yourself the same way you answered to that boss that you used to have, that used to structure everything for you. Well, you wanted to do it all yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't have to work anymore. In fact, you have to work harder. Because you can pull the wool over somebody else's eyes. When the cat's away, the mice can play. But when you are the cat and the mouse, you must step up. And there's no out from yourself. There's no away from yourself. There's no sneaking yourself. Because whatever the results, you have to literally live with it. Not like at a job where you do report to somebody, and then you get home, or say you screwed something up. You may have represented the company in screwing that thing up, but their name is ruined behind your dumb ass. But when you get home and you go ahead and execute that desire to be an entrepreneur, you are your company. Mess it up if you wanna, but in terms of getting it in the first place, we can all get it. We can all get it. And once you realize that, if you don't from that point move forward from getting it, that's on you. Okay? So, in explaining this to you and preaching myself a sidebar sermon, because this is one of those cases I need to practice what I preach, baby. And in light of that, I spent 10 minutes too long, of which I could have been productive doing some of the shit that I just described that we can all do if we get up off our asses, take responsibility and be accountable. So I'm about to be accountable. And in applying all that to weight loss, because it can be applied to weight loss as well, you have all the power in the world to get up off that ass and do it. To exercise your willpower. Because you have it. People say I have no willpower. I say it too. We all have it. Whether you opt to execute it, whether we opt to execute it or not, may be a whole horse of a different color, which is why we end up staying fat. And I took it here. I took it to the weight loss arena just now, because in all that awareness of how I don't need a casting agent. Damn it, you have a camera and a social media account. And I've realized this before from multiple different angles. But this one, even though I probably said that about other ones, but this one, I feel like it's going to obligate me to follow through. And again, back to the jumping back and forth. I'm all over the place. Have I wasted another 10 minutes? Okay, no, not going to do that. So, but as far as the weight loss concerned, I keep thinking about Mr.'s mother, because his mother, girl, his mother and her willpower, she swears she has no willpower. But this heifer, but from one time that I saw her to the next, she was 20 pounds lighter. That was a 2-week span in between. She was 20 pounds lighter. This is Mr.'s mother. This lady had knee surgery on both her knees. It was a long time ago, but I'm just saying, she decides to do something, and girl, and there's no reason that anybody in that house that has been talking about losing weight, running their mouth about losing weight. I have to, we all have, but ain't no reason that anybody that's exposed to her every day should not be inspired to lose whatever weight you say you claim you want to lose. Because in just looking at her and knowing how she's slick with it, do you hear me? Just like when they want to go out and eat, she'll participate in the family going to eat, but she's going to have her meal replacement bar or her juice, or bring something that she made, grilled vegetables or something that she made herself. Now, I've seen her several times since those 2 times in between which she lost 20 pounds. And the time before last that I saw her, and she was still shrinking, she said that she hit a plateau, which was believable because she was so progressive with it. But she said she told me she hit a plateau, and so she had to do something different, which is how progressive people talk when they losing weight. They look into all options of what needs to happen for it to continue. So she said she thinks she had hit a plateau. So she was looking to do something different. And let me tell you, I didn't even see the plateau. I saw her continuing to drop weight. I saw her sticking with it and continuing to drop weight. Correction, I see her sticking to it. Because she is currently that chick. Even currently. And I've passed the point of seeing a fitness regimen and knowing that I can do it, because I was an athlete, and knowing that I can do it. But, I'm too tired right now, or whatever excuse I can come up with. But I can find a minute to go eat that candy bar. I digress. But now I'm at an age where I look at that stuff, because even when I was in that frame of mind, it didn't look difficult to me. But I'm at the age now where I look at that stuff and I'm like, oh, that's going to take some work. And also at the age where when your willpower hadn't been shit for the longest, that you get to the point where you actually decide to eat good so you can eat bad. You don't hear me though. Does that make sense to you? Look, there's some young people that can relate to this one. With all the poisons that they've been putting in our processed food, our bodies respond to years of eating like that. And when our bodies respond to years of eating like that, then you can't eat like that. Okay? You've been conditioned to do it. Now you're addicted to that crap. But you can't, or you'll die. You have diabetes, high blood pressure, allergies, gastric problems, whatever it is, respiratory issues, whatever it is that years and years of eating that bullshit has caused in you. A variety, a whole family tree of cancers. Whatever it is that has caused your body at a certain age to go ahead and say no more. And now you can't, shellfish allergies, and now you can't, because you'll die. Your throat will swell up. Your kidneys will fail. Your lung will collapse. You have pulmonary embolism, strokes, heart attacks, whatever it is. And so now you can't eat that crap that the world has gotten you addicted to. So you'll die if you do it, continue, and you'll die if you don't. That's a badass poison right there that can residually kill you. But I don't want to go from one extreme to another. I'm not an anti-government person. And the only reason, because people ain't shit. So people as a species need some type of governing. You know, anti-government people kill me. Everybody got to be extremists. Nobody's balanced. Anti-government people kill me. Like, because, okay, let's get rid of the government. Who's going to run it then? You? Because you can't go around willy-nilly, no rules. You know why? Because you got people with different temperaments. And some people can't handle their anger. And they do some stuff that is legally criminal now. But depending on what century you're in, different things are legally criminal and or not. Because centuries and centuries ago, pedophilia was the thing. Again, I digress. How many times I done digressed now? What was I talking about? Yeah. Eating good so you can eat bad. So after your body's conditioned and you're addicted to this drug of processed food that you now can't have or else it'll kill you, then what must the next logical goal be? I'm all about logic and common sense, okay? We're addicted to this crap, and I had gotten to a point where my advice to kids and healthy eating, because I don't encourage veganism for children, raw veganism or veganism, whatever. I don't encourage it for children. Even the Vegetarian Association or whatever, the Vegan Association at their website discourages that. They say if you're going to be it, don't be it till you're grown. That alone should tell you something. But you know, people want to adjust common sense to whatever extreme they're ready to, extreme bandwagon they're ready to jump on at any given time. So when kids talk to me about healthy eating and stuff, I encourage you to feed your children balanced meals by all means. And as much healthy, as the most healthy options possible. However, I think kids should eat whatever the hell they want. Because the reality is you can eat healthy all your damn life and still end up with diabetes or cancer or whatever, all the different common, you know, the trio of diseases that we get from our horrible consumption patterns. So eat whatever you want to eat, because there's going to come a day where you can't eat whatever you want to eat after you've become addicted to it, or it'll kill you. So eat whatever you want to eat when you're young. And when you start to get older, say when you hit 30, then start opting for healthier options most of the time. That way, when you get older, you still can gorge out on that bastardized Frankenstein food periodically, socially, because we all get sprung on it from childhood. So my thing is now, I want to eat good so I can eat bad. You know, I want to be able to still splurge on weekends and eat whatever the hell I want to eat. And when I get old, I don't want to eat a certain thing and it makes me throw up or my throat swell up or get hives or give me diarrhea, make my organs fail if I eat it or eat too much of it. I don't want to police I'm not about policing my food. And I think staying aware of balance, just like with everything else in life, which it has become human nature to be extreme with everything. So, because I'm extreme with my limited tolerance of intolerance. And I am, you know, intolerant of too much tolerance to enable intolerant motherfuckers. And so that's just always my ultimate advice. I encourage, if you're an adult, for you to be a vegetarian. But for the most part, I just want you to eat good so you can occasionally eat bad. That's all. It's just that simple. But whatever fight you're fighting, if you fight it to the extremes without balance, you will fall victim to it yourself every single time.